Hello there and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Lab Classic Remastered. This time I'm taking a look at the 1967 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray 427 Coupe. Do you know what we haven't had for a while? A classic muscle car. And so here is a classic muscle car, and this race mod makes it look even more wild than it does from standard. I'm not a big C2 fan. I can understand the appeal, but for me, I don't think it's a very good looking car. I know that's going to be controversial. But this race mod, I mean, it looks bizarre. You got the hood scoop that's got about 1 million vents on it. You've got rear intakes, several of them. It's, you know, you've got gills everywhere. It is a very bizarre looking race mod, topped up with some truly atrocious wheels as well. And the side exit exhaust that sort of glitch all over the place and give the car a bit of an unfinished look. As does the wheel position. The wheels seem a bit too far forward as well. Sorry if you couldn't see that before. I don't know if that's a bit of an illusion because you got some like sort of half wide body going on the rear there, but yeah, not too sure on that one. Anyways, I'm not expecting this to be good. The last Stingray we had, the 69 Stingray, actually not a bad car, and it's the second quickest classic muscle car we've had. It's that and the Camaro, so Chevrolet's got a good track record, but I don't think this is going to be adding to it. Front-engined, rear-wheel drive, 639 horsepower, 1,315 kilograms. Actually not the worst stats in the world, to be honest. So, if this was going through a modern drivetrain, I'd have more faith in it, but it's going through a 1967 Corvette, so I'm not expecting greatness from this, as it drifts everywhere. Anyways, this car is going to have 6 laps of the Motorsports Land track in order to set the best time it possibly can. It is drifting literally everywhere. Our current leader is the Audi TT LM edition. That car set a time of 26.690. The Stingray unlikely to beat that for very obvious reasons. What this car should be targeting, the 69 Stingray set a time of a 31.657, apologies. So yeah, it should be beating that ideally. It has, I think, about 200 more horsepower than that had. That did also have racing modification like this does, but yeah, that seems to be a bit of a, yep, there you go, it is quicker, 31.569, and that was with a bit of a mess in that final sector as well. Right, gotta go wide into that corner. That's one of the key features there. Yeah, no, I don't know if it's because they have race mods, which a lot of the other muscle cars do not have access to. But yeah, usually these Chevrolet sort of ruling the roost. I think we've still got a Shelby GT350 to go, which the GT350 should, in theory, be quite a good handling car. So, I mean, granted, that's more of a pony car than a muscle car, but I don't care. So, I mean, in terms of like the classics stuff, that should be pretty well up there. But, yeah, we will see. It's that rear, it just gets a bit distressed on the rear when you're coming around that corner, which is a bit strange. Definitely a bit strange. It's also occurring to me that first gear is very, very long. Admittedly, the one very nice thing about this is you can't take the hill. No, the one very nice bit about this is because it's naturally aspirated and it makes a ton of torque, you really can just sort of set and forget in second gear. It does drive a little bit, ironically enough, and this is going to sound very strange. I'm going to need another run-up, great. It does drive a lot like a Supra. Bear with me. It has the sort of giant turbo lag spike that Supra's got, just in a naturally aspirated engine. So like you'll see at 4,000 RPMs, it's just sort of all that run up, by the way, for absolutely nothing. That is gonna be the quickest lap. I don't really know how I managed to weasel a lap that good out of this, because it is not a good driving car, this. Yeah, you'll sort of see, I can show it off because we're almost at the end now, but sort of 4,000 RPM onwards to the sky. It just drives like it's got turbo lag. It is not a nice car to drive, that. It's an atrocious car to drive. You can tell it's atrocious to drive because it does my least favourite thing in this entire series. It gets a tie. Another tie. We've had loads of ties recently. Yeah, there's time in it. That final sector on that sort of second lap was a bit sloppy, but I honestly thought I might be able to do a little bit better. But it turns out I can't. It just isn't very controllable on the throttle there. So yeah, bit of a weird one. Anyways, a 31.569 will place this into 324th place. It ties with the Megane rally car, which is weird. It's slightly quicker than a Nissan March, the Unos Cosmo 2 rotor, 306 rally car, a Lan S2. It is slower than a Mazda Demio, and a Lotus Elan PT Spider. It's not a good car. It's a classic muscle car. What do you want? The only thing that's really important is it is about 0.1 up the road from the 69 Stingray, which has less power but is a little bit nicer to drive, and it's still like half a second down on that Camaro. But again, the thing with that Camaro is that has, I think that wasn't even really making that much over 400 horsepower. It was just nice and controllable, and this isn't. So yeah, those are the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, and the cookie in this case has been stuck at 4,000 RPM and just wheel spins everywhere. Anyways, that's it for this episode. Thank you all very much for watching. Join me next time when I'll be driving something hopefully a little bit more controllable. Until then, farewell.